apologize for the delay in bringing another podcast to you. I got a little bit sidetracked. I have a lot of things on my plate, but I definitely wanted to get back to you. I haven't shared with you for a while, and I just wanted to say I love you and I miss you, and I just wanted to share what was on my mind today, and hopefully you'll be able to get something and walk away with something and feel a little bit more empowered. In a crazy world like this, is so important to become empowered so that we can walk with confidence. So today my topic will be the art of discovering who you are. And, I just wanted to share this topic because it's extremely pertinent to understand what it's all about. And when I started to really understand what this was all about in discovering who you are, I came to understand that there are a couple of things that you need to know in order to begin that process. So today I'm going to be talking about those things. And three of those things I'm going to talk about is how to uncover what your purpose is, how to recover what your purpose is, and how to discover what your purpose is. And that's really what it's about. It's about uncovering, recovering, and discovering who you are. So within each and every one of us, we all have a purpose. And that purpose is unique to each and every one of us. And it's an individual purpose that's supposed to help with the collective purpose of making this world a better place to live in. What I came to understand and realize is extremely important to understand where you fit in all of this, to understand where you fit in. And it can be very difficult to navigate through these different processes of understanding what it's all about when it comes to discovering who you really are. And there were times in my life where I was confused about this. I didn't really understand what my purpose was because I was being covered up with a lot of people's ideas of what my purpose was. And when I was religious, that purpose was for the collective mindset of whatever religious affiliation I was under. And at the time, I was under the Nation of Islam. And that purpose was for the betterment of the whole, which is a good thing, but it left a lot out in terms of the individual's purpose. Because it's important to highlight this because we all have an individual purpose for our lives. And we have to uncover what that purpose is. We have to get in touch with what that purpose is. Inside of all of us, there is something that is burning inside of us. There is something that we need to express and explore and get in touch with. That we need to recover, that's embedded in us, that's lying dormant in us. And the things that cover up, the things that we need to understand about ourselves in terms of our own individual purpose is the indoctrinations that were given to us, whether they be religious indoctrinations, whether they be societal indoctrinations, or just initially the indoctrinations of our family culture and unit. So it may be very difficult to separate ourselves from whatever was given to us under these systems of religion, of societal indoctrinations, and religious doctrinations as well. And the individual may find it so hard to find themselves in all of this. They may ask themselves, what about me? What about me? Aside from what my parents gave me to believe in, to practice, what about me? Aside from what religion gave me, in terms of a movement, a collective movement, under a church setting, in terms of the religious goals of the church. What about me? Aside from what society says my purpose is, to find a good job, and to take care of my family, and to operate under a system where you really get caught up in this rat race of just trying to survive and trying to carve out time for yourself, just so that you can be alone with yourself, to discover who you are, to uncover who you are, to recover who you are. How can I do that under all of these systems that are over me, under all of these programs and indoctrinations that are over me? How can I find out me? If you're wondering and asking yourself any of these questions, this podcast is for you. Because it's important for all of us to know that we have an individual purpose. You are uniquely special in your own expression and your own gifts, your own talents, your own abilities, even if you don't know what your purpose is. When you crowd your mind under all these systems and you don't allow yourself to have a space, to allow a space to be created so that you can hear your own voice, so that you can hear your spirit, it will crowd out that voice if you cover it up with all of these things. So it's important for us to give ourselves a chance to create a space so that we can hear spirit, so that we can get in touch with our individual purpose. Yes, each and every one of you have an individual purpose. Each and every one of you have gifts and talents and abilities, and you are not living fully until you can express what those things are in you, those talents, those gifts, and those abilities. So really, first and foremost, it is our job to uncover a lot of things. And the first step towards doing that is to re-educate ourselves. Because the real and the right education is supposed to draw out what's in us. Education, coming from the word educere, means to draw out. And if your education, no matter what it is and where it's coming from, if it doesn't draw out of you, through that education, those gifts, those talents, and those abilities, and bring them to the forefront so that you could recognize them, and so that you can be able to see, maybe for the first time, what's in you, then that's not the right education. The right education will help you to uncover, recover, and discover who you are. Who you are in the scheme of life. Who you are aside from everything else in the world. You were called to this moment, this time. You're not here because your parents got together and had you. You are here because of intention. Intention is the force and the power that has brought you here. When you do your research, you will find that you were called to this moment in time. You were called to fulfill a divine purpose. You were called to live your purpose, to fulfill your purpose, to share your expression that comes from living and walking in that purpose. So you may belong to some type of group, and it's good to be parts of groups. I see some positives in that. There are positives. Maybe it's a religious group. Maybe it's a societal group, or maybe it's an educational group or something of that nature. But aside from all of that, you are an individual. And there are things inside of you that need to be birthed. There are powers and gifts and abilities that are lying dormant inside of you that you need to become acquainted with. So it's important every now and then for you to put everything to the side and give yourself moments in your schedule where you can speak and go within the temple of your own mind, to go within yourself, to ask pertinent questions. Who am I? What did I come here for? What is my purpose? You have to ask the questions, and you have to put yourself in a place where you can receive those answers. But if you crowd your mind, you crowd yourself out with all of these different things that you're giving your attention to, and you have not asked yourself those pertinent questions in regards to understanding who you are, you'll never get the answers, and you'll never see where you are in the scheme of life. You'll never understand that you have a divine purpose. You'll never understand that you are uniquely special, and that you are here to share your expression. You're not here to worship other people. You're not here to look up to other people as if they have something that you don't have. Each person is uniquely special in their own way. You know, a lot of people have this preoccupation with celebrities, and, you know, they look up to these celebrities as if they're gods and goddesses, and they don't understand and recognize that what they're attracted to is, you know, their expression, the expression coming out from these people, sharing their expression. That's what's attractive. But they don't understand, and they don't know that there's something that they have to share that's attractive and that's, how would you say, appealing to the senses. Because they think only someone else has something special. They haven't been taught that everyone has been given gifts and talents and abilities. So our job is to uncover and recover and discover what those things are. But in order to uncover, recover, and discover, we have to recognize. We have to cognize. Recognize means to know again what we used to know. And what I mean is, before we fell asleep, before we lost the knowledge of ourselves, we used to recognize, we used to cognize, meaning to know. We used to know the process of understanding who we are. It's time to get back to that. But we can't get back to that if we drown out the spaces of our lives and fill it with all these different preoccupations. And we don't allow ourselves those spaces in time, in solitude, and the quietude of our minds to ask those pertinent questions that I raised. Who am I? What am I here to do? What is my purpose? What is my expression? How does it look? So, I'll speak more on this later, but I hope that you got something from it. Some wonderful books that I could share with you that helped me to really come to understand what I'm talking about here is in regards to our desires and our wants, the things that we want to do in our lives. We need to understand that we have asked, and if we ask, it's always been given to us. The answer has always been given to us. But we have not been in a place to receive the answers. So there's a process in terms of getting into the space or the place where we could receive the guidance, the instruction, the information, the wisdom in regards to understanding who we are and finding our purpose. Abraham Hicks, and I mentioned it before in one of my podcasts about Abraham Hicks. They wrote a wonderful book called Ask and It Is Given. A very, very powerful book in regards to understanding the process and how it all works and how to raise your consciousness to another level so that you can be able to hear and allow yourself to hear and give yourself a space to create that space so that you can hear Spirit talking to you and guiding you and instructing you. Because it's about going back inside to that inner temple that's inside of all of us that you must commune with and you must enter into in order to get the wisdom and the right education that is there. It's all inside of you. It's all inside of you. All of the information about who you are, what you came to do, all of that information is found inside of you. So that will be a very powerful book that'll help to to expand your thinking so that you can really understand and begin to get some tools that'll point you in the right direction in regards to understanding your purpose. Also, another book, The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer. Another powerful book in regards to teaching you about this force, this field, this energy field that summoned us and called us here for a purpose. And you'll be able to get some more information and understanding on that by reading that book. That's The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer, and Ask and It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. So those two books will definitely expand your understanding and your awareness and open up your minds to understanding what the process is all about and how we awaken to our purpose and the art of discovering who we are. So I hope that you got something from it today, and I definitely will speak more on this in detail. But right now, I just wanted to throw you out just a few tidbits, something that was pressing on my mind, and I just wanted to share with you today. So thank you so much for listening, and I will be speaking to you guys soon. And my intention is minimum to speak to you once a week, at minimum. Of course, my goal is ultimately to do more, like a couple of podcasts a week, but I'm very busy at the moment. But at the bare minimum, definitely once a week. Okay? So I love you guys, and have a wonderful, fantastic day. And I hope that you got something from this today, and I will be speaking to you next week, and have a blessed week. And I'll talk to you soon. Take care.